daily news. I guess this is for all of you or anyone who wants to answer. I guess how have things just been going in practice, you know, being the guys returning this year with a whole bunch of new faces in there?
It's been good. We've been competing day in and day out, and just learning everything about everybody, seeing who's good in what spots, and we go from there.
What's practice been like? I mean, you hear coach's voice is just about almost gone. I mean, how much of an indication of just how hard you guys have been working up to the regular season? That's for either of you.
You said what? You guys said again?
Saying, you know, like you hear coach's voice is pretty much gone. So, you know, how much is that a sign of how hard you guys have been working, you know, in practice up to this point?
I feel like it's pretty much the same, you know. We got a lot of new guys coming in, so coach is real heavy on just communicating and talking with each other. Everybody kind of learning each other right now, but I feel like it's going good.
You know, Josh, kind of sticking with you, I guess, what was the process like in deciding to come back? And I guess, you know, when did you know that this was what you wanted to do?
Honestly, I knew after the championship game, you know, once we lost, it was kind of like a no-brainer for me. I wanted to come back and win the championship here, and also just to finish my degree out. So,
you know, I guess for you, Josh, what's kind of the off-season been like? What have you been focused on, and you know, where do you think the game's at right now?
the off-season just been pretty much getting in the gym, putting up a lot of shots. I feel like just kind of trying to get my outside game going a little bit, get comfortable shooting threes like that, just to open up the court for the guys and just make the team that much better.
Question also again for either three of you, but how have you guys seen, you know, that chemistry come together? You know, what does that chemistry look like with the younger guys and the older guys, and even the new transfers? Like, you know, how was that, right?
The chemistry's been going good. For all the new guys, new faces on the team, us three been bringing the new faces along, talking a lot, chemistry going good, so I think this year will be a good year.
And for you, Dayvion, like, how have you sort of taken that leadership role that you mentioned? How have you been kind of a leader, bringing those guys under your wing, you know, kind of getting them acclimated to the system?
This year I've been trying to step up more as a leader, talking on and off the court, helping young guys. Last year, Josh and Luke was one of the older guys who helped me, so I'm trying to do the same for the young guys.
You know, Luke, for you know, last year kind of bounced wins a lot. It's been for you too. This year, Coach, you're back, you know, more in the mix now. You guys lost some guys. Just your shot was good last year, but this year you feel it extra. You motivate to kind of play more minutes, hit more shots. Yeah,
absolutely. I just try to do whatever it takes to win. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care if I make a 3 all season. As long as we're winning, I'm happy. I know it's the same thing for these guys. As long as we win, we're good.
Luke, you guys have a lot of new transfers this year. As a transfer yourself, what were the challenges for you coming into this program, and what do you see as the challenges for those guys coming in?
Just picking up on what coaches has been saying, just his little different words he uses about placement and things like that. I think that was one of my biggest issues coming in. He's just got a lot of different words he likes to use a lot, and just picking up on those things and you know, listening to details and doing things like that. It was kind of tough at first, but it's been going good.
Question for Josh. You know, a few weeks ago when Coach Danbury was here, one thing he was saying is that, you know, he talked about this a lot, COVID-19, you know, and how much it changed everything last year and it still changed college basketball today. It really, you know, made you guys go so much harder. It really changed sort of the way you guys see the game. Kind of touch on that, like how much harder has that driven you guys, and like how has it changed things for you all?
Well, it was a big surprise, like when it first came out. So it was kind of like, I mean, for me personally, it was the first time that I really got a chance to like just sit down and not worry about basketball, because you know everything was shut down, and it just kind of put our minds in a different perspective, just to think about other things and just don't take anything for granted. And basketball is one of those things that we, you know, don't want to take for granted.
And how is that, you know, that mentality of not taking things for granted? How different is it this year compared to maybe previous years before this all happened?
You guys said again?
You know, the mentality, you know, not taking things for granted. How does it make this season much more different than previous years before the pandemic?
Just with it being well, I don't want to say post-pandemic, but just with all that going on, and now that we're here, I feel like, just like I said, we don't want to take anything for granted, because we know anything, you know, could be taken away from you just like that. And so, personally, for me, this is my last college basketball season, so I definitely don't want to take this for granted.
Josh, I want to ask you about one of the newcomers, Jamari. What have you seen from his progression, and just, you know, been your impressions on seeing a new guy come in, and especially you being a veteran, just being able to see some guys come in like that, like him?
I feel like Jamar is going to have a big role this year, and just because of his height, not only just his height, but he can run the floor. He's a great defensive presence down there. You know, he's going to get a lot of blocks and a lot of rebounds for us, and he's going to be big. He's going to have a big role this year.
How much has it opened up the offense when you have a presence like that, and then plus so many options to where you can, you know, really space the floor and just create for the offense?
Yeah, it's big for guards like Day just to come off the ball screens and know he could throw it up to Jamar for a lob at almost any time, and he's going to catch it and finish it with a dunk or something. But it's just big because it opens it up, Jamar being a nice roll, pick and roll, just being a nice roller in the pick and roll game. So.
Josh, you said you put up a lot of shots. Did you have a routine, like I want to get X number of shots up per day, or just take us through how your progression for shooting went this? I
wouldn't say a routine, just waking up. You know, we had a lot of time in the off season, so I was just waking up, getting into the gym, and just going in there and putting up shots, just putting up a lot of threes.
This is for all any of you. I mean, you guys were ranked preseason 3rd in the CUSA. Do you guys pay attention to any of that stuff? Does it give you like a little chip on your shoulder to prove, hey, we're the best team in the conference?
Not at all. Not at all. We're not worried about that.
You know, for you, Josh, I mean, kind of touching on what Brett said, I mean, obviously, you know, you were named to the All-CUSA preseason team. I mean, does that really mean much to you, or is it just kind of a bonus in a way?
Not at all. I don't care about that either.
Josh, of course, you've been here probably one of the longest, if not the longest, on this team. What makes this group different than any other group that you've had to be with in the last?
I feel like this group, we have a lot more experience than the past groups, just from a lot of transfers. They're 4-year seniors, 5-year seniors, 5th-year seniors, and so I feel like just we have a lot of players who played a lot of minutes in college ball, so it wasn't really hard for us to come together and mesh because of the experience.
Dayvion, Coach said that he sees that in you, that the game is slowing down a little bit for you. What does that mean for you? And do you agree with that?
Coach said the game slows down, yeah. I see a whole lot more things. I feel like the game's smoother now. Like, I see a whole lot more options. The floor is opening up. My shot's getting better, so yeah.
You know, Josh, you have played at Diddle Pack before. You know, how excited are you to get back to those full crowds? And then Dayvion and Luke, I guess, as players, how excited are you to get that experience for the first time?
I'm real excited, you know, because of Pack Diddle. I feel like it's just a different presence, and it's a different experience, and it gives us a lot of energy and momentum going into the games, knowing that the crowd is going to be out there cheering for us, giving us a lot of energy, and just it's a different feeling.
For any three of y'all, is there anything specific that y'all are excited to do this season, like playing with new players, playing a specific team, anything for any of y'all that you're excited about?
I'm definitely excited to play in Diddle at full capacity. Like you guys said, I haven't experienced it yet. So having the fans back is definitely going to be a huge help.
You know, I know you guys talked about Demarion and mentioned some of you guys, but, you know, what do they bring to the table, like each of them specifically, and you know, how do you see them kind of changing what you guys are able to do?
Yeah, like we said earlier, Jamar's his length is just makes a huge difference on the defensive end and even on offense. He makes it a lot easier. Jay Ham is really aggressive on both ends of the floor, and even Jalen Butts is aggressive as well. So just finding out what guys can do and what they can is biggest key right now. But we're working it out, and it's been going good so far.
You know, in terms of the schedule, you guys kind of jump right into the fire, have a trip to Asheville, you know, go to Memphis early, play Ole Miss in the non-con schedule. What most excites you guys about, you know, the schedule in place?
Yeah, to be honest, I ain't even looked at the schedule. Yeah, I mean, like it is what it is. They tell me where to be and when to be there, and that's when I show up. So.
Dayvion, for you, you know, Coach said one position this year, he kind of knows it'll be great, point guard role. He said because the way you played last year and this year, the way you guys are playing as a team, just, I guess, what are your thoughts, you know, being a point guard with the guys around you had this year?
Being a point guard is this year's team is a huge role. I feel like my leadership this year is going up, stepping up for the younger guys, like I said, and having Josh and Luke beside me is just going to be a better team this year, I feel like.
Anything else for any of these guys? Yeah.
I have a question for Dayvion. My question is, last year with having Dayvion on the team, one of the older stars, how much of an impact did he have on you last year and then this year with you being one of the leaders?
Tay last year kind of took me under his wing. He led me last year, taught me everything. I feel like I should do the same thing. Since him being gone, I should step up and help the younger guys.
Anything else? Okay, thank you all.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.